welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be making dalgona. You guys seem to really like when I make these coffee videos. I have been obsessed about dalgona. Like I make it maybe 4 to 5 days out of the week. It is so delicious. It is just, I can't even describe it. It makes me so happy. And for those that don't know, dalgona is this really cool whipped coffee, and it uses instant coffee, something with like the enzyme or something with the processing of the instant coffee when mixed with sugar and water makes it whip into this really beautiful frothy goodness. In my opinion, it's kind of like an inverted latte. You know, like latte is like you have bean water, and then you put milk into it, like frothy milk. And then like a dalgona is the opposite, where you have milk and you put frothy coffee. I don't know, that's just how I think about it. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna be making 3 different types of dalgona. I'm pretty caffeine sensitive, and so that just made me really realize like, hey, I can't be drinking like 2 tablespoons of instant coffee a day, which is like insane. That's a lot of caffeine. You're gonna be wired. So we're gonna have like 3 caffeine levels in this video. The OG, which is the most caffeinated. Then we have the matcha, which is like in a mid-tier amount of caffeine, depending on how much matcha you put into it. And then we have the beetroot version, which is like a natural source of energy, no caffeine. And yeah. So this dalgona is gonna be the one with the lowest amount of caffeine. There's actually no caffeine in this. We're not using any tea or coffee, but I wanted to make something for people who don't really drink caffeine, or they want something, you know, a little bit less caffeinated, but still have that whipped texture. And I am going to be using beetroot powder. So beetroot powder is like a superfood. It has a lot of things that are good for you in it. People say that it gives you natural energy. I find that it's a pretty good caffeine substitute. And we're just gonna make our little dalgona with this, and I'm also gonna put strawberries in it, so it's gonna be super, super yummy. Oh, also, I wore this shirt to match because I always make dalgona when I'm wearing a white shirt. I don't know why. I'm just like, I'm in a white shirt, I'm gonna make myself a dalgona. And then it gets everywhere, and so I thought that, hey, if I'm gonna make a pink drink, I'm gonna be wearing a pink shirt. So the first step is you're gonna wash some strawberries. The step is totally not necessary, but I don't know, I love strawberries. So you're gonna cut them up into little bite-sized pieces, and then you're going to whip some heavy whipping cream. This little hand tool is the best investment I've had. It is so good. It's great for whipping up really small batches like this. If you want this whisk, I will link it in the description. So you're gonna combine your whipping cream, some sugar, any sugar amount to your desire, and then you're gonna combine the beetroot powder, which is super pretty and pink and aesthetic. The beetroot powder is a little bit clumpy, so you're gonna have to mash it against your bowl for a little bit to really get it going, to make sure that's all nice and combined. Then you're gonna whip it up until it turns into a very thick consistency. Now I'm talking about thick with like 6 C's. So it's gonna kind of look like this, and you're gonna place your strawberries in your cup. Then you're gonna use your milk of choice. I am using almond milk because I'm lactose intolerant, but then I realized I have whipping cream, so it kind of counterbalances that. Then you're gonna realize that the strawberries aren't really sticking to the side of the cup, and you're gonna be a little bit sad, but that's okay. You're gonna put more strawberries in there, and then you're gonna put the whipped dalgona foam on top. And if you're a little bit smarter than me, you'll probably make a whole lot more, because I didn't, but that's okay. Then top it up with some strawberries, and you're good to go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing looking? It looks so good and delectable and just basically flippin' awesome. And if you give it a quick stir, it'll turn into this really pretty ombre pattern, which is so aesthetically pleasing and just beautiful. And I can look at this drink all day, air day, like honestly. And you know what? It is so foamy and straight up delicious, and it's everything you ever wanted and needed in life. Look at how pretty this is. I'm so proud of myself. I didn't think it would look this pretty. I don't know if you can tell, I tried to cut up the strawberries so that the strawberries would stay to the side, but then as soon as I poured the milk in, it just went everywhere. And so I was like, you know what? The strawberries are not gonna stay in there. I really wanted the strawberries to be like around the perimeter, but it's okay. I ended up chopping up more strawberries and dumping them in, and then I put the whipped dalgona beetroot foam on top, and I think it looks so good. I'm really proud of myself. It's like really pretty gradient going on. The gradient's kind of like a little faded now because I spent so long taking photos of this because it was so pretty. But yeah, I'm gonna try it out now. Oh, it's so thick. Okay. The foam is thick and slightly salty. It's actually really good. It's not that sweet. Even though this looks like it would be really, really sweet, it's actually not that sweet at all. I think that depends on how much sugar you add. That's actually really good. You put fresh strawberries in it, there's a little bit of freshness in it. It doesn't make it feel too heavy and weighed down. And it's really refreshing and not too heavy. I am so happy with how this turned out. And my first time doing this.
Yeah, it's good. It tastes like almond milk and strawberry and
beetroot.
I wouldn't have guessed that there was beetroot if you didn't tell me, but I can taste it after you mention it. There's like a root vegetable quality to it.
No, it's like a powder.
Oh.
It's like a powdered beetroot, and I put it into whipping cream. So now it's dairy-esque.
You know what might be really good in this is strawberry flavored Nesquik.
Someone did that, but I want to be healthy, but I want it to, be holistic and make it like, because beetroot has antioxidants, erases radicals from your life. Radicals eliminated, antioxidants penetrated. Your cells are reproducing at the speed of light after you drink this. That's what, I don't know, that's what people say online.
What is beetroot for?
For health. I don't know, I just read that it's good for you.
Okay.
You should name the series Matcha Dalgona. And I'll be like, celery, Matcha Dalgona.
What else did you...
Soup, Matcha Dalgona. Pizza, Matcha Dalgona. Wow, I look like I'm in this weird alien space, but I swear this is my kitchen. Yeah, so this is normally the one side of my kitchen, but I decided to switch it up and film on this side because I got a lot of stuff over there. So today I'm making the Matcha Dalgona, and out of the 3 Dalgonas, this is the one that is sort of like the mid-tier in caffeine. I don't know about you guys though, matcha really affects me, so to me, this is like the most in caffeine, but it really depends on how much matcha you put in it. I've seen a lot of people do this Matcha Dalgona, and I usually see it done in 2 ways. The first way is by whipping it in cream, which is like an easier way of doing it. And the second way is to use egg whites. And that way is a little bit harder because you gotta get fresh egg whites, kind of have to whisk it over slow heat if you really wanna be safe. And you can also do a coconut creamer. I've seen a few people do this for like a vegan version of it, where you use like coconut creamer and you whip that instead. But unfortunately, since I am at home with limited supplies, the only thing I have right now is whipped cream. So we're gonna make Matcha Dalgona with whipped cream, but these are the different types of ways you can make Dalgona using matcha. So I'm gonna show you my matcha. I have so much matcha. It's like, I think it's an addiction. I don't know what it is. I just have a lot of matcha. I think it's because every time I go to Japan, I buy matcha and then people give me matcha and I end up with like so much matcha. It's like kind of funny. I just want to show you guys because this is an issue. So here's all my matcha. We're gonna blindly pick one to use for this recipe. I actually think I'm gonna pick the one that is the darkest in color because that'll give like the prettiest outcome. You can use any matcha you like. If you have green tea, that's not gonna work. You need like a matcha powder. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, you're gonna combine your sugar and you're gonna combine some matcha powder. So I'm using a really bright green one, but maybe yours won't look as radioactive as mine. I don't know. Then combine some whipping cream and it's gonna look a little bit separated, but that's all good. You're gonna whip it together using your trusty electronic whisk, and it's gonna get to this sort of consistency. And in a cup, you're gonna combine your ice. I don't know why my ice cubes are so long. That's just how they are. And your milk of choice. I am using almond milk yet again. And then you are going to scoop the delectable foam on top, and it's gonna be really yummy and thick. And to finish it off, what you're gonna do is put some extra matcha powder on top because you wanna be 5x caffeinated. Just kidding. This step is totally optional, but I like doing it because it's pretty, and it's gonna look like this. It's really super pretty and fairly caffeinated depending on how much matcha you put in, and it is gonna be so tasty, and it's really light, airy, fluffy. Look at this spoon detail. It is so yummy. Oh my gosh, look at it. So here is my Matcha Dalgona. I wish I made a little bit more of the fluff. Didn't know how much I was making, so I'm gonna try it out now. Oh, it's really good. Try a little bit of the matcha. This Dalgona is so good. I really wish I made more of it. It almost tastes like a matcha soft serve, which is like not fair. Like it straight up tastes like matcha ice cream. Oh my god, and it's so whipped and fluffy. This is gonna make me so hyper. I really wish I made more of the foam. It's so good. This might be my new go-to. Dang, I'm just gonna get super chonky eating all this Dalgona. But I think this might be my new go-to. It's so light and airy and fluffy. It straight up tastes like ice cream. So this Dalgona that I'm gonna be making is your classic, your go-to Dalgona. So I started making this maybe a few weeks ago and then I became obsessed. I'm talking about I made this Dalgona every single day and it was so good. I don't know, it's just the right amount of deliciousness. It's not too sweet, it's super caffeinated. All right, so what you're gonna wanna need is your coffee of choice. Then you're going to mix equal parts sugar, instant coffee, and hot water. You don't really have to measure exactly, but I am using 1 tablespoon. And using hot water really helps incorporate it. I tried using cold water and it doesn't work as well. And again, I am using my handy dandy trusty whisk. If I can go online, listen to music, and not really have to whisk, which is awesome, and how I'm able to do this every day. It is so convenient, honestly, has changed my life, cleared up my skin, gave me a new identity. Just kidding, no it hasn't. So in a cup, you're gonna combine your ice. I don't know why my ice is like this. It like shattered in the fridge and I was like, how is this even possible? But you know what, we're going for it. Then add some of your favorite milk and then top it off of the Dalgona. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at how thick that is, how fluffy, how delicious. Oh my gosh, this is just heaven in a cup. And if you did it right, it's gonna be super duper fluffy, kind of like this. It took me a while to get it this thick, but the secret is you just keep whisking. That is the secret. Like if you think you're gonna stop, don't. And then just keep whisking and eventually it'll turn into this amazing concoction. So yeah, so the secret is just keep on going until it is triple thick. Hi, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. Truthfully, the Dalgona is really ugly now, but I filmed like this whole other video and then I realized that I had Dalgona like all up in my face. So that's a pro tip for you when you're drinking this. Be forewarned if you don't have a straw because it will end up like everywhere. And it's happened to me before. Like I went and I picked up a package and I just had Dalgona everywhere. So check your face. So we have our classic Dalgona, yay! I definitely snuck a few drinks in and it's already halfway demolished. This is just a very classic, very delicious, whipped, airy goodness. It's so good. I can't even describe how good it is. Like I honestly look forward to eating this, drinking this every day. In my opinion, you should drink this with a straw. It negates the whole like Dalgona all over your face situation. But I don't have a reusable straw and I'm not trying to kill turtles. So here we go. It's so good. It's so frothy. It's just so delicious. Heads up, there's so much caffeine into this. Like you're gonna be wired for so long. For me, a little hack that I do is I actually bought decaf coffee by accident. I don't know why, I just bought by accident, but it was a really happy accident. Always use decaf coffee or mix decaf coffee, like make a 50-50 of like regular instant coffee and 50% like decaf. It kind of has the same taste, but you're getting much less caffeine than if you were to go full in, which I am doing today because I have a lot of stuff to do, so good. It's so good. How is it this? Oh my God. I feel like this would also be really good and like ice cream, like a drizzle and ice cream. Oh my God. All right, you guys, that was my video. If you guys like it, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.